Hello everyone, I am Dr. Jyoti Mandala. Welcome you all to the video lectures on Python programming. We are in our lecture number 9. In this lecture, let us see set type. So what we actually set? In our previous videos, we have learned about sequence types where as part of sequence we learned about strings, lists and tuples. All these three are used to store more than one value in a variable and each will be having its own unique features. Similarly, like sequence, set is also used to store more than one value in a variable. But what is the difference between set and a sequence is sequence will store the value in an ordered format, whereas set will store the values in an unordered format. As all the values are stored in unordered format, there is no indexing for the elements that are available in the set. So those are unindexed. So it is called as an unordered and unindexed collection. And also no duplicate elements are stored in our set. So how to create a set? Set can be created in two ways. The first way is simply by separating all the values by a comma and all the values should be put in the flower braces like this. So as an example you can see here I am creating one set S which is holding four values 1, 2, 3, 4 values. And you can use set constructor also which is the second way of creating a set. So here is the example where I am using the set constructor and all the values should be passed in that constructor. Now here you need to observe two parentheses. And it is not required to store all the values of same type. You can store different values in a set similar like sequences. Here I am storing two integers, one float and one string value in a set. But it will not allow you to store duplicate values in a set. So if you are trying to store a duplicate value in a set, that will be automatically deleted from the set. Right? Now how to access the elements from the set. So once a set has been created, how the values can be accessed from the set. As the elements are stored in an unordered fashion, and so we can't have an indexing feature. So let me show an example before showing the accessing. Let us create one set. The set is S and I am storing 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? This is a set. Now if I try to display the values, it will be displaying like this. Second time if you execute, sometimes the order may change. Sometimes the order may change. It is not like always the values will be stored like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you try to display like this, sometimes the order may change. So the order is unordered values. Here it is displaying the same order, but the values may be stored in unordered fashion. So as the values are stored in unordered fashion, we can't access the elements using the index. We can't say this is the 0th index, 1 index like that. But how can we access the elements? To do that, we have an approach. So as items can't be accessed through the index, we can access the elements using for loop. So simply you all know what is the syntax for loop. Use that for loop to display all the values. To do that, what you need to do, we have already created a set S. So I can use for I in S. I am writing print I. So all the values will be printed. Okay. So this is how the values can be accessed from the set. Now what are all the operations we can perform on a set? Remember, if you are trying to store a duplicate value, then it won't allow us to store that duplicate value. I want to show you that also. Let us create one set S equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay. Now I'll try to display the values. See here, the 4 value has been taken as one value only, even though we are trying to store 2 times. Got it all of you? So even though you are trying to store same value more than once, it will be considered, the duplicate value will be removed and it will be considered only once. So now as we know how to create a set and how to access the values from the set, let us see what are all the operations can be performed on a set. On set, we can perform 4 operations: union, intersection, difference and symmetric difference. To perform these operations, we have these operators, these 4 operators, or else we go functions also. Let us learn this one through example. right? So what we need to do is we need to create two sets first, and on those two sets let us perform these two operations. Okay, to do that what we'll do is let us move to the command prompt, and in the command prompt let us try to create two sets. I am creating set 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am storing these 4 values, and set 2 I am storing as values 6, 7, 3, 2, 9, 4. Okay, so these are two sets. S1 is having these values, S2 is having these values 2, 4. Observe here, I want to show this one only. S2 6, 7, 2, 9, 4 we have stored like this. Here the order is changed. So the values will not be stored the way we are giving. Okay, now let us see the first one. The first one is union. To perform the union is nothing but it will combine both the sets and it will remove the duplicates. So to do that we need to use this pipe symbol S1, S2. Now if you try to do that one, all the values from S1 and S2 removing the duplicates. Observe here 2 and 4 are duplicates. They will be taken as ones only. So union will perform the merging of these two sets. You can also combine by writing print S1 dot union of S2. You can also write like this, where using union function, union method, you are doing the union operation. S1 dot union of S2. Now if you do like this, you will get the same output. Maybe sometime the order will change. Right? Now second operation is intersection. S1 intersection S2. What is the use of this operation is, it will display the common elements between S1 and S2. Now, what are the common elements? 2, 4. You can also use print S1 dot intersection of S2. So, we are using a method here. So, this method also can be used to perform the intersection. Next one is S1 minus S2. What is the use of this one is, it will display the elements that are existing in S1 but not in S2. Let us see what is the output of our program. That are existing in S1. 1 and 3 are existing in S1 but not existing in S2. That will be considered here. So 2 and 3 are existing in both the things, that will be removed. So to do that difference operation, we have a difference method also, where we can write print S1 dot difference of S2. So you'll get the same. If you perform S2 minus S1, you may get different output. But it will consider the values that are present in S2 but not in S1. Right? We have another option, that is symmetric difference. Symmetric difference display the uncommon elements from S1 and S2. So S1 symmetric difference of S2. Uncommon elements are between these two are 1, 3, 6, 7, 9. These two are uncommon between these two. To perform this operation, we can use symmetric method also. Print S1 dot symmetric of S2. If you write like this, you will get the same output. I think this is clear to all of you. So these are the operations that can be performed on the set. Now let us see what are all the different built-in methods available in the set. These are all the methods that are available in the set. Now what is the use of this add? Remember, we can't change the values in the set. Once a set values are fixed, we can't change that particular value, but we can add new element to the set. Okay, to understand these methods, let us learn this one through example. Okay, so let us create one set where I am writing the values are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are the values in the set. Now to add an element, you need to simply write S1 dot add of whatever value you want to add, that can be added here. That can be mentioned here, S1 dot add. If you write S1, that 5 will be added to the already existing set. Remember, we can't change this 1, 2, 3, 4, but we can add new value. right? But if you want to add one value, you can use this add. But if you want to add more than one value, then you can use this update method, where you need to mention as part of update built-in function s1 dot update, where in the angle brackets you need to specify the values you want to update. Suppose I want to add 3 values to this. So you need to write like this. So if I try to display S1, observe here 6, 7, 8 has been added. So add is used to add one value, update is used to add multiple values. Next one is, if you want to find out the length of a set, then you need to simply write len of S1. Then it will display 8, that is the length of our set. Okay. Next one is remove. S1 dot remove will be used to remove a particular element. You need to tell what element you want to remove. S1 dot remove. So what happens, that value will be removed from the set. So if you try to display that one, observe here 3 is removed from this list. It is not there. But here remove, if you are trying to remove a non-existing element, let us consider 9 is not there in our list. If you are trying to remove a non-existing element, it will throw an error. To avoid this one, we have another function called a discard function, where s1 dot discard will remove the element, and also if you are trying, let us consider will remove 5, then S1 will remove that element, and even also if you are trying to remove a non-existing element also, it will not throw the element, it just ignores that. Right. Now this next method is pop. What is the use of this method is, this will take out the element from the list. Generally it is stored like the last element, but the elements are not stored in the order. We don't know which element will be the last element, but randomly it will consider from the list the one element will be removed. Okay. Now s1 dot clear is used to clear the contents. Before that, I want to show you the copy. If you want to make a copy of all your elements, then simply you need to write s2 equal to s1 dot copy. This method is used to copy the contents of s1 to s2. s2 is equal to s1 dot copy. Now if you want to try to display S2, the same values you will get. Okay. Now this is disjoint. Is disjoint is used to check whether the values in one of the items are present in both the sets. If none of the items are present in the set, both the set, if both are disjoint, like if I write S1 dot let me take another value to S3 equal to 1 9 7 3. Okay. Now S1 dot disjoint of S3. Now we may get true or false. When we'll get true, here I am getting an error. Disjoint of S3. Observe here, it is disjoint. We need to write is disjoint. Okay, we'll get a false value. Similarly, is subset is also used. Is subset is used to check whether the elements of the S1 are subset of S2 or not. If it is subset, you will get a true value. If it is not subset, we will get a false value. Next, we want to try to clear the values. Now, S1 dot clear, if you write, all the values will be cleared. Now, if you try to display the values, nothing will be there. It is an empty set. Right. So these are some of the operations that are available in our set as part of built-in functions. Okay. So with this, we'll come to a conclusion of our 9th lecture, that is set type. We'll all meet in our next lecture. Thank you.